Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Happy Thursday. How's everyone doing today? Sound off in the chat. What's going on, Philly? What's going on, Giovanni Fontes, Fahid, Philly, again, Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn, and Tom Selleck Scout. Why are people's names different? It's kind of tripping me out. Philly said, during daily close, I'm going $5 below Fahid. I feel like $5 is better than what other people sometimes do. We did a little premature daily close contest sneak peek for you guys. Anyone tuning in from Twitter? I doubt there's anybody, but anyone tuning in from Twitter, welcome. Bitcoin currently trading at, I didn't even know how to read this number. I haven't read this number in so long. $87,436. Jeez, what a mess. Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and see where we're at. Symbol, nope, 12 hour. If you guys weren't aware, I'm something of a micro celebrity on X right now. 87,151. 87,151. I don't even know why we're putting these on here anymore. We're probably gonna hit them, but we'll put them on there anyway. Stick with the tradition. 86,553. 86,553. And uno más. 86,211. 86,211. And then up above, I'm frequently losing my voice, so if I lose my voice today, I apologize. 88,347. Okay. Tom Selleck said there should be 0 longs at this point. 0. I agree. Somehow there's more. 88,688. What if this was the great wealth transfer that everyone talked about? They're just taking all the money out of crypto to pay the U.S. debt. 95,67. Like, I don't want to max FUD, but honestly, the best plan ever to pay off the U.S. debt, the ever surmounting U.S. debt. You convince everyone for a decade that you are investing in the future, that this is a currency that the government cannot control. And then the government, they grab hold, they sink their claws into all of the exchanges, and then they're like, there's a bunch of shorts and the price is dropping. And the exchange is like, no, there isn't. And then they're like, there's a bunch of shorts and the price is dropping. And they're like, oh, there's a bunch of shorts and the price is dropping. And then they just program the price dropping, and all of these oracles that are linked to all of these centralized exchanges see that the price is dropping on exchanges, so the price drops everywhere else, and they just suck. They just suck all the liquidity out of the market. It's disgusting. And we all know Donald Trump is great at sucking. Oh, man. That's good. That's good stuff. All right, I apologize. Billy said, camera, JJ. Is the camera on? The camera's on. Are you streaming at your Motel 6? What do you mean? Billy said, oh, shoot. When's the last time it was 86K? I don't know. That's a good question. Bitcoin got 86th. Okay. Let's see. We've got liquidations up and down. I'm probably going to hit the down ones because why would anyone long anything ever? Bunch of idiots. Bitcoin down 4.66% on the day. Considering that, however, alts are holding up quite well. ETH is down 5.31, 28.65 on the current price. We got 28.61 as a potential support, which we have broken below already. We're trying to get back above it with a potential, interim support of 2,800. It has not solidified itself yet. We did get a little wick bounce off of it, though, so a lot of volume in this red candle, which is very interesting. Why? I don't know. Last time that happened was like right here, and we seem to have gotten a little baby bottle pop bounce off of that, and continued to the upside for like a 5-minute bull market rally. That was very exciting. You guys remember that? When we thought that we were so back, and then we weren't? I do. Pepperidge Farm remembers. I'm sorry. I'm doing a bunch of references that probably nobody knows. Billy said, I'm even shorting the KuCoin 3X tokens. Yeah, maybe we all just need to open up forever shorts to hedge. I've always wondered, I want to figure out the math. Like, if I had my entire portfolio here, and I think the bear market bottom is going to be like, let's say 50K for Bitcoin, what amount of money and what amount of leverage short would I have to do in order for, like, if this is my portfolio, we got 20 minutes remaining until the daily close contest, and then how much money would I need to put into, let's say, let's call it an 8x short, babysat so that it doesn't get liquidated. Let's say it never gets liquidated, and the price goes down to my target. How much money would I need in order for this to eventually, at my bottom target, to be the same amount as this, the same dollar amount? You know what I mean? That ultimate, it's like a teeter-totter hedge. Eventually, you can cash out your short position at the bottom, and then guess what? When this gets back up to the top, you've basically doubled your money. And with this cash out, you can put it into your portfolio and build it even bigger because you're buying at the bottom. Like, what would that math have to be? I'm sure there's a way to figure it out, but it's kind of cool to think about. Tom Selleck's go. Philly said, JJ, here's a blast from the past Santa rally. Yeah, happens every year. Tishu said, number go up. I hope so. It looks pretty bleak right now. Even the stock market got decimated today. But yeah, ETH struggling a little bit. The volume's just gone. Honestly, the volume's genuinely gone. There's people now starting to talk about something broke during October 10th. I don't think that's the case, though. I think something broke during Liberation Day, because we've had no liquidity since then. It's gone. It is completely gone. So, I don't know. It's a weird situation. Solana is down 1.71%. All of this weird situation lining up, it just leads me to believe that there's no, like, M2 money supply is increasing, but we're not seeing any of that money. It doesn't feel like there's liquidity or volume anywhere in the market that's available for buying power or anything like that. So it makes me think that the Fed's about to start printing like crazy, which I think that they already have. But quantitative tightening ends December 1st. I did buy Arrow yesterday. I did buy Arrow yesterday, and I'm getting destroyed right now. But I bought on spot, so it's okay. I'm building a bag. Leave me alone. It's down. What is it? It's down 10%. Jeez. Tom Selleck's Goat said it's almost like tariffs were a terrible idea, and only smooth brains like them. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. If they're gonna start effing with my bags, then get rid of them. It'd be hilarious if the Supreme Court made them illegal. What would happen? Because the president's like losing his mind right now just about like stupid stuff like ICE raids and all of his troops in all of these U.S. cities and stuff. Like, what would happen if the Supreme Court was like tariffs are illegal? He would freak out. It would literally be like they could put a camera in the Oval Office and film the United States U.S. President 2025 version of that really good scene of Hitler freaking out from that movie. That's a brilliant scene, by the way. Billy said I'm also shorting Arrow and Atom. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said I think he bought Arrow yesterday. No one was expecting today to happen. No one's expecting anything to happen ever. Tom Salksfield said it's almost like, yep, I read that. Philly said I'm still in RR stock, but I'm down like 40%. Tisha said I might buy soon. I only like to buy when everybody is shitting their pants, including you, JJ. LOL. I think I've also come to that conclusion, which has resulted in me not shitting my pants for an extended period of time, which is probably why the market's not going up yet. So I apologize to you guys. I've reached the point where 0 Fs are given, and because of that, unfortunately, there will never be a bull market again. But anyways, moving on. Solana rejected this blue trend line, which is interesting. So we broke above the lower blue trend line from the more recent trend and rejected the higher blue trend line from the legacy trend from earlier this year. And I guess let's see if we hold this purple trend line right here, which is the neckline from the inverse head and shoulder that goes way back here somewhere that led us to new all-time highs on Solana. It'd be interesting to see if this coils up and then pops off to the upside. That'd be sick. Billy said, getting rid of tariffs would cause another rally only to dump again. The damage is already done. Tishu, OMG, LMAO. Um, yeah, unfortunately, like taking that into consideration, what Tishu said, because I've picked up on that as well. Whenever I flip bearish and I'm like pissy the entire stream, I'm like, everything's going down. It's just gonna go down. We should just short everything. The market does rebound like the next day. And because I've observed that, I'm not doing that anymore because it makes me feel silly. So unfortunately, I don't know if we're ever going to go up again. Total 3, struggling. We're at 867 and 88. 867.88. My slightly bullish guess for a bounce is 800 billion. My uber bearish guess for a bounce is 711. Because that's where we're all going to end up working. What I do see that does like get me bulled up, I'm going to call it. That sounds like a weird sex thing. Forget I said that. What gets me hyped? What gets me hyped for some potential upside is the fact that this is actually a downtrend. No matter how you paint it, this is a downtrend, and downtrends break bullish eventually. So there's that. Tom Selexcode said, by rebound you mean 2% up followed by 10% down. We haven't even gotten that, Tom Selexcode. So no, there's no such thing. We are, I don't know, we're seemingly getting a reaction off of this 857, which is kind of a temporary, not yet solidified point of interest. Tishu said the issue is, yes, we might bounce from here, but could be a dead cat bounce. The chart is already ruins for a while, probably. Oh yeah, I think TA is out the window. I think we're screwed for the remainder of the year. And I think, like I've been saying since January, probably even since 2024, I've been saying 2026 is going to be the real bull market. And now all of a sudden everybody else is on board too, so I said it first. Tom Selexcode said I will never financially recover from this. Same. I will say, one of my backup plans of being a internet micro celebrity is slowly coming to fruition. I posted a video yesterday, a little video rant that is currently sitting at 17,400 views. And it's one of the many times where my beard looks like complete ass, which is exciting. You know, I love it when I don't groom myself for my job because I'm a laborer, and then my beard looks like crap, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, I love this video, I'm gonna watch this video and I'm gonna send it to all my friends, and everybody thinks I have like this crappy hobo beard. I think there's homeless people actually that have better looking beards than the beard in that video. There's like a piece that's like, whoa, and the rest of the beard is fine, and there's just piece, and I'm having a rant, and this piece is like, hello, and that's all everybody sees. Butterfly said beard ass. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. I keep doing the clap thing. I don't want to make this a thing. I hate it. So I'm not doing it anymore. I'm Italian. I can talk with my hands like this. But this is silly. I'm not doing it. So smash the like button, guys. We're getting a little downtrend again. Philly said, JJ, a 3-month only bear market? Even you don't believe that. I'm not saying it's going to happen January 1st, 2026. But I don't think it's going to wait until October, November. I think maybe 6 months at the most. I think worst case scenario is going to be 6 months. ADA is down 6.51% on the day, currently trading at 43.39. My bounce target here is 42. And that was a longer term retrace target that I named who knows when. Probably legit. Probably when we were back here or back here. One of those two. So that's my guess. Just because it's there. So I'm going to take advantage of it. Snack is down 8.63%. Still lingering around 15, which I'm totally okay with. 15 from 20 is 25% drop. If it stays there, I'll be happy. If it goes lower, I'm going to be sad. But I'm going to continue to accumulate because, again, I'm a brain dead maximalist. XRP is down 4.82% on the day. I guess technically speaking, it is breaking back into this range, this downtrend. So, I don't know. I could probably draw a completely new line now. Like this makes a little more sense than what I have if I just did that. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to get rid of this. Well, actually, I'll leave that there as a little interim line. Get rid of that one. I'll make this one a little bit thinner. Yeah, we'll see what that looks like in a couple of days. But we're entering like oversold on higher time frames pretty much everywhere. So there's hope for that. H-bar's down 5.48%. I'm just going to click through these bad boys right now. We got 10 minutes until the daily close contest begins, so make sure you guys get your guesses ready for that. Squeeze down 6.55 at the lower trend line, below lower trend line actually. $1.50 should be a decent point of confluence here. If we break below that, we're probably looking for $1. Ondo's down 4.74% on the day. Ondo's in like no man's land now. 50 cents should be some semblance of support. If we lose that, then start looking at psychological levels 40, 30, 20. But it's probably going to fall fast because there's no buyers down here. Arrow's down at 11.52%. In my opinion, as somebody who just bought at around 76 cents, I'd say this is a great buy. Not because I want my bags to not be suffering. That's not at all why I'm telling you this. I'm joking. So it is breaking below 76.03. What I want to know, I guess, is it going to do what it did back here? Or is it actually breaking down 76 and continuing to the downside from here? Because if it does that, then I really do have horrible luck. The first time I actually try to listen to my gut, and it's the first time that it's wrong, that would be mildly infuriating. But I don't know. There's really no sign for a bounce, besides the fact that the RSI is a little low. Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see if we get any kind of reaction anywhere anytime soon. Otherwise, I guess if it goes down lower, I would look for 60 cents for a reaction. Nice psychological level. Last time it bounced right around here. Lowest it went was around 69.70. So we'll keep an eye on those levels as well. Pinlink suffering tremendously, down 17.6% on the day, currently sitting at 11.17. Is it going to go below 0.10? Possibly. That should be a nice psychological support level, but I don't know if there's any buyers for this. Tishu said, can you give me your thoughts on BNB? But look at BNB BTC and then the USDT chart. Yes. Everything else looks like doo-doo, including Fartcoin. CAS suffering tremendously. Avalanche suffering minimally, actually. Avalanche holding up quite well. I want to see a bounce off of 13 if Avalanche goes down there. Chainlink also holding up relatively decent. If Chainlink does break down, I wouldn't want it to go to 10, but it might. Look for 12.50 reaction. Psychological. Silver's up 0.25% on the day. See, it rejected the 52 level. So I'm not sure what to make of that. And let's look at gold really quick. Gold looking very similar as well, very consolidating. Is it going to get a blast to the upside, or are we going to break down? DXY is 0.1% in the green. Hopefully we just reject here at 100. Who knows, though. Strategy also suffering tremendously. I think I'm going to open up a forever short on strategy, just because. Nasdaq looks like doo-doo. The fractal is ruined. You guys ruined it. Not my fault at all. It's nothing to do with me, as a matter of fact. Look at how good that looked. Dang it, I'm so upset. And the S&P 500. Actually, the S&P 500 fractal looks great. So maybe ask fractal 3.0. We'll have to wait and see. Let's take a look at BNB BTC. Finance Bitcoin. See, this is clearly an uptrend, which is good. But is it going to break down out of that soon? I don't know. Binance has been outperforming Bitcoin since July. Wow. Don't tell Ben Cowan. Oh my gosh. Don't you dare tell Ben Cowan. He'll find some way to point it out otherwise. What I see here too, which this is exciting, I guess, for the potential of altcoins. This is some kind of a wedge thing. And it broke bearish, which I've pointed out 1,000 times. Whenever there's a wedge, the first breakout is a fake out. It broke bearish, and now it is well above both of those lines. So this initial breakout got above, retested, and continued to the upside. Is it bullish? It looks like it is. And you wanted me to look at the USDT chart. So in order for me to be bearish on this before I leave this, I would have to see it break below this trend line, which is sitting kind of around 9508 right now. And then the USDT chart. Ooh. Somehow this is outperforming Bitcoin, but it still looks like crap, which is kind of funny. What do these go to? Let me go to the daily. Billy said, my God, man, ETH in the 2800s. BNB did really well. I sucked because I don't have any. Yeah, I feel like that's the case with everything right now. I think we all suck because we all didn't have any of anything. The only coins that didn't pump are the coins that we had. All right, let me copy paste this because I want to keep that same exact trajectory because that seemed to be really a really good line on the chart. Oops. Okay, that looks good. I guess I'll just leave that like that, right? Or should I'll just pull this one. Pull that right there, okay. And then same with this one. I want to extend this one over. Pull that right there. Right. So then I'm going to go back down. I guess if this is going to pull back, I would look for immediate support at 789. Because that was previous resistance that it took forever to break out of. What happened, or I guess what I would argue happened, you did get a breakout retest support bounce here, but then it broke down further and retested that 720 level. And then bounced off of that and started to do this situation. I guess it is. This is the point of confluence right here. Well, right there, which is where it's at. And that's based on this resistance all right there. Kind of support. So it's trying to test that as support as well. Ishu said, what I've noticed is that for BNB to do well, it does well first in its Bitcoin pair, but Bitcoin being bearish, don't know. That's the problem, is all the Bitcoin pair situations are going to be a little funky with Bitcoin being bearish. That's why dominance looks great for alts, but it's just because alts are holding up slightly better than Bitcoin, and I mean slightly. Majority of the alts look really bad towards Bitcoin on the watch list. Apparently there's alts that are doing better against Bitcoin because dominance is red right now. Not by much. It's only by 0.6, but still. So, I don't know. Is this going to hold this 868-ish level? I don't think so. If it's going to go down, I would look for 789, man. That seems like a big gap, though. That seems like such a big gap. I suppose, well, no, 9%. Look for your midpoint. I'm going to midpoint you for 830-ish. Maybe a little bit lower, 825. Yeah, we'll call it 825. I'll make it a dotted line because this is not a point of confluence that... I mean, I guess it could be. It's very thin. You got a little bit of reactions right here, maybe a reaction right there. It's cutting it pretty close, though. Billy said, here's a time of year thought. Black Friday is next week. That's true. We do Cyber Monday, which I am super duper stoked for. Are you guys getting all your Christmas shopping done on Cyber Monday? Bitcoin dominance 58.93. Again, nobody tell Ben Cowan. He gets really upset and worked up. You know what cracks me up? Litecoin calling Ben Cowan bald on Twitter. All right, guys, we got less than 1 minute remaining until the Bitcoin Daily Close contest, so get your guesses ready. We go to the Binance USDT chart. If you guys are new, let me know in the chat, and I'll go over the rules for you. Chance for you to win up to $300 every single day. It's a ton of fun, and all you got to do is participate in the chat and be subscribed and smash the like button, which are all completely free, so make sure you do the thing. Transition. Billy said, daily clothes contest, go, go, go. Tisha said, last few times crypto's been bearish, BNB has been the first alt to rally. Do you remember that? I do, yeah. which kind of trips me out, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, I forget BNB exists like on a regular basis, and then I look at CoinMarketCap and I'm like, oh, I forgot about that coin. 3, 2, 1. Put your guesses in for the daily close contest, ladies and gentlemen. Current rankings. What are the current rankings? Oh, I forgot to change. Tyler's at 42. That's my bad. Get your guesses in, guys. Let me update Tyler's thing. I did rush home again so that we could have a proper daily close. Because again, I've been missing them way too frequently. So I wanted to make sure that you guys got it. I can't believe Philly only lost by like 4 cents yesterday. That's insane. Sorry, Philly. That is pretty monumentous, though. Is that a word? Monumentous? Monumental? Maybe just monumental. Alright, top ranked, save. Whoops, sorry. Probably made you guys go deaf with that one. My bad. Okay, is it gonna update? 42? Hey, it did, let's go. Okay, cool. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn coming in with the guess. 87, 345.87. Okay, and then we've got What am I doing? I'm clicking the wrong buttons. Okay. And then we've got Tishu said I hold some BNB, that's why I always ask or I mention it. The Heed. I don't know why I don't pay attention to it. I'm really bothered because it feels like a no-brainer. 86,777.77. Like that feels like the easiest win. Private T, lowercase t 5K, coming in with 86.5. Okay. Billy said watch BNB go to the 2K, 3K range next cycle. It probably will, honestly. Billy gave a guess and then he said JK Vahid. And my neck kind of hurts. I got this one of those massager thingies that like do the fisting thing. Is it right here? No, it's in the other room. It feels so good on my shoulders. Holy crap. If you guys got messed up shoulders like me from doing manly stuff all the time, like overly masculine, high testosterone tasks, then get one of those thingies. I got mine on Amazon. It was real cheap. Tisha said, Philly, that's be nice. It's not gonna make me, oh, that'd be nice. It's not gonna make me rich though. Didn't buy enough because I didn't want to risk too much, and I'm fine with that. That's the way to do it, man. I will say my rant that's blowing up right now on X is calling people out for being full of crap about when it comes to like money. There's people that are coming out of the woodwork only when the price is down. They're like, I have all of these genuine concerns and criticisms, but it's only when the price is down. And you're like, because then they go, I'm leaving. And you're like, how come you only leave when the price is down? They're like, no, that's not true. I only leave when I have all of these genuine, legitimate criticisms and concerns. And you can look on the timeline. Price is down, they have all these concerns. Price is up, they're going to parties and stuff, and summits, and all these crypto events. Price is down, now all of a sudden there's a bunch of genuine concerns again. It cracks me up, man. It cracks me up. Tom Selleck's goat. Did I get you already? I did. Anybody else for the daily close contest? We've got 1 minute and 22 seconds remaining on the clock. Tishu said, Philly. Yeah, I read that already. Philly said, Tishu, I hear ya. I think Solana will be the next moon. I think Solana is actually one of the few coins that actually hit an all-time high, Philly. Why are you guys' names different? It's freaking me out. Like, Phillies is the same. Tom Selleck's goat is the same. Gourmet Brands is just Gourmet Brands now. Fahid is Fahid Hussein 2780. Tishu's the same. Yeah, it's like psyching me out, man. We got 43 seconds remaining on the clock to get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Like I said, chance for you to win up to $300 every single day. It's a ton of fun, completely free to play. All you gotta do is smash the like button, be subscribed, and participate in the live chat. If you have submitted yours in the live chat and you don't see it up on the board here, then that means that I have not gotten it and YouTube probably filtered it out. Giovanni coming in. I got you, Giovanni. Giovanni's name is different as well. Giovanni is Giovanni Fontes 5250. 68,569. Billy. Billy, hold on, time's almost up. Time's up. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I did get you, Philly and DGen. Give me 1 second. DGen Cult. Are you DGenair? Or are you somebody else, somebody new? 86. Did I? Oh, okay, I got you. Hold on. Let me do Philly. Philly is 86, 790. Okay. And then I'm going to fix Giovanni Fontes. 86, 569. And then I'm going to put DGen Cult, which I'm guessing is DGenair, 86, 777. DGen Cult, let me know if your name is actually DGen Cult or if it's DGenair, because I have to make sure that it's tracked. Okay, that's what I thought. DGenair. Got you. 86777. All right, let's get these bad boys up on the board. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for participating in the daily close contest. The Bitcoin is doing the Bitcoin thing. 87,345.87 from Mr. Gourmet Brands Brooklyn. And then we've got, oh geez, hold on, I gotta fix this. Solid and 2. Okay. And then we've got Philly. In fact, I'm a little off my my mojo today. 86,790. I was going really fast for a little while. Now I'm slow. 86,777.77 for Mr. Fahid. Dang, did Philly actually F you, Fahid? Kinda did. What the heck, Philly? DGenair. Coming in with 86,777. Whoa! DGenair F'd himself. What in the world? So let's go 86,600. And Giovanni Fontes 86,569. Private T5K, let me know if that is actually your name or if you're a regular. 86,500, because for some reason YouTube is displaying the names differently. Private T5K. All right, we got these bad boys up on the board. Tom Selleck's Coat said Bitmine keeps buying ETH. Either Tom Lee is retarded or something is coming. He's got a very high-pitched voice. I've noticed Tom Lee and Michael Saylor both have, like, I've been doing Galaxy Gas my entire life voices, and it kind of cracks me up. Like, they both, Tom Lee kind of talks like this, and Michael Saylor, he's like, Bitcoin is the exit strategy. I would love to, I need to, like, do vocal coaching. I need somebody to vocal coach me so that I can do a perfect Sailor. I think that'd be great. That'd be good stuff. Bitcoin currently trading at 86,719 at 50 cents. We got a big dump Rooney. Tom Selleck's Goat currently in the lead. He is one of the few people that could compete with Mr. Tyler and possibly steal the throne from him. Let's see, it's getting a little more dumpy now. 1 minute time frame spicing up. Gourmet Brands Brooklyn said, I don't know why I'm always so bullish for this game. We're getting even more dumpy. Big fat red candle is going to blast past everyone. Is everyone going to be too bullish today? Tom Selleck's Goat. Oh my gosh, it was just like 20 cents below his guess. 86,620 and 98 cents. Let's zoom in here. And it's even more spicy. Private T5K now in the lead. Oh, Giovanni Fontes currently holding it now. Very close to his guess. Here we go. We're getting green. This is it, guys. This is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner. What's it going to be? Tom Selleck's Goat, Giovanni Fontes, Private T5K, or someone else entirely? Anything can happen in the remaining 40 seconds on the clock. Don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. Giovanni Fontes taking the lead back from Tom Selleck's Goat. It's anyone's game now. Tom Selleck's Goat taking the lead back from Giovanni Fontes, and he slapped him with his glove. Oh my gosh. Nobody was expecting that. We do not condone physical violence, but it is not against the rules. 86,661. Tom Selleck's GOAT making an even further lead for himself with his tremendously large gap, but it's not going to matter if the price moves out of it. 11 seconds remaining on the clock. He's still holding the lead with his guess of 86,600 and the current price 86,640 and 6 cents. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tom Selleck's GOAT is the winner. Spam the bananas in the chat. Bitcoin daily close 86,637.23, 86,637.23, 86,637.23. Congratulations, Tom Selleck's GOAT, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas. Very cool. Tremendous victory from the GOAT. With a guess of 86,600 even. Very cool. Congratulations, my friend. What a close match. Entertaining as always. Thank you everyone once again for participating. Appreciate you guys for being here. What did I just do? We're making a mess. What was that? Oh, there's 3 people there. I didn't even realize. What was the third person? That's messed up. I was talking about Philly the whole time with the heat, and there was somebody else tucked in there. Dang. Ladies and gentlemen, yay! Very cool. Congratulations, Tom Selleck's GOAT, on your victory. Once again, the chat does require banana spam, so please oblige. Alright, let's go spam the bananas. Alright, very cool. And we transition, and I gotta add Tom Selleck's GOAT to the Winners Google Doc for November 20th. Dang, I just realized one of these says November because V and B are very close to each other on the I almost said the calculator. I think I need to stop. My brain is shutting off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll, please? This one is pretty crazy. Are you ready? Put your hands together or on your lap, or you can clap, whatever you want to do. Drum roll, please. The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of 86,600 even and an actual Bitcoin daily close of 86,637 and 23 cents on November 20th, 2025. Mr. Tom Selleck's GOAT's prize is the perfect glizzy. Congratulations, Tom Selleck's GOAT, on your victory. This is a raw glizzy. I do believe that I am obligated to inform you. However, I believe they are edible. If not, then I probably got it sick a bunch when I was a kid. I would recommend cooking, not financial advice. I would recommend cooking it. You can cut it up into little coins if you want to divvy it up amongst yourself and your fellow competitors, your friends and family, your employees, your coworkers, whatever you want to do. You are legally obligated to remove it from the premises. We do not provide condiments, and enjoy. Congratulations once again. Uncooked and uncut, that is true. Times are getting hard, man. This is the best I could do. The guy at the gas station said normally we charge people, but that's only if they're cooked. I said I'll take it raw. He said then you can have it for free. So here we are. All right. Oh, Gourmet Brands Brooklyn said, what's with the emojis next to our names? That is your membership. Gourmet Brands Brooklyn, you are a channel member. Philly's a channel member. There is a ranking. Like whoever, if you're multiple months, then the emoji changes. The Fractal Farquad, Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn, that is the one that you have right now. I don't remember. That's, you probably are new or 3 months in or something like that. Said JJ, Gourmet JJ's channel is falling apart. I am looking forward to the day where I do the drum roll for the daily close contest prize and my desk just crumbles apart. Philly also said, JJ, why is the prize always food? Can you make someone's prize a hug or something? No. Maybe for next year. Next year, I'm going to try and be more, a little more broad in my theme. This year, I try to stick to edibles only. I don't know why. The first prize was hot dogs, so. And it was actually Tyler who submitted the prize. It was a pile of glizzies. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said, I thought it was a pirate from Peter Pan. No, that's it's Lord Farquaad. John Lithgow. Brilliant, brilliant man. Are you ready? It's literally this picture. Dude, I can buy a cardboard cutout of Lord Farquaad? Are you freaking kidding me? I gotta get a Lord Farquaad cutout, right? That's so good. Dude. That's good stuff. The pirate from Peter Pan. Captain Hook? Captain Hook? Yeah, I think it's Captain Hook, right? That's funny, man. That's too funny. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Let's get through some news. Congratulations, Tom Selleck, once again on your victory. Closest without going over. Enjoy your uncooked, uncut, perfect glizzy. It is sparkling. And it's got the little nipples on the end. You can bite them off if you want and spit them on the floor. All right. That's disgusting. Someone's going to go, that's disgusting. They're going to get all butthurt in the chat, but that's fine. Bitcoin dominance chilling. All right, let's go to our news segment. A lot of news today. First things first, I'm going to get the key events this week out of the way because we only got tomorrow's Friday. We got November services PMI data, November manufacturing PMI data, Michigan consumer sentiment data, Michigan inflation expectations data, and that's it. Billionaire Ray Dalio says 1% of his portfolio is in Bitcoin. What a freaking genius. Captain Hook, yes, that's it too, funny. He does, that is a goofy outfit, dude. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn. It does look like a pirate's outfit. U.S. economy added 119,000 jobs in September, allegedly. I like that they released that data like 2 months later. Congressman Warren Davidson introduces bill to allow federal tax payments in Bitcoin and directing proceeds to a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Very cool. $1.3 trillion Morgan Stanley no longer expects the Federal Reserve to cut rates in December. Wow. I just butchered that word. I don't know what happened. I started speaking in a Russian accent. Another 210 million liquidated from the crypto market in the past 60 minutes. That was 7 hours ago. White House advisor Hassett says data suggests the Federal Reserve should cut interest rates in December. So we got conflicting reports. $1 trillion wiped out from the U.S. stock market cap. 120 billion wiped out from the crypto market cap today. Crazy. Marty Party posted 24-hour liquidations, 775.34 million, 570.35 were longs, 204.99 were shorts. In the past 24 hours, 219,292 traders were liquidated. The total liquidation comes out to 775.34 million. The largest single liquidation order happened on Hyperliquid, ETH USD, value 24.22 million. I'm sorry. If I got $24.22 million, I'm taking it out, man. You know what? You know what's more challenging? You know what's more fun? This is probably such a bad take. You know what's more fun? You know what makes more sense? Having millions of dollars and then just using like 1 million to trade with. I don't know. If you can't 24x 1 million, how do you expect to 2x 24 million? I'm just saying. No capital gains if you pay taxes with Bitcoin, I thought as well. I don't know. I didn't read that part. Tisha said we haven't seen bad crypto news. When it happens, it's going to be the big one. I don't know. I don't know if anything's going to top October 10th. So this is the circulating rumor right now is that there's like a 28-point plan that Trump has signed to, and it's all under wraps right now. Very quiet, very hush-hush, to end the Ukraine-Russia war, which was one of my bullish case for crypto items. If you guys haven't seen it yet, go to my channel, go to my videos, my regular uploads, and watch my bullish case for crypto video right here. I went through all of the key points that could create, in my opinion, the perfect storm for a proper bull market. And then just recently, 4 days ago, I uploaded the bearish case for crypto. It's the exact opposite of the bullish case because, you know, it's important to look at both sides. So go check those out. Smash the like button on them. Helps the channel out a lot. Tom Selleck said, listening to Tom Lean from today, and he kind of sounds like Michael Jackson. That's what I was talking about, dude. I never heard his voice up until like yesterday. And he's sitting there and he's talking like this. And I was like, whoa. He doesn't sound like Tom Lee. I was expecting like a George voice or like a, I don't know. It threw me off. Like you see a face, you expect a voice, and sometimes it sounds a little bit different. It's never that jarring though. This one was like a whoa, threw me off quite a bit. I'm sure my voice sounds completely different from what I look like. All right. Zelensky. Okay, so here we go. Zelensky agrees to collaborate on U.S. draft peace plan for Ukraine war. On November 20th, 2025, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky announced that he has received a draft peace plan from the United States and agreed to work on refining its points to achieve a dignified end to the ongoing war with Russia. This development comes amid intensified diplomatic efforts by the Trump administration to broker a ceasefire, including a high-level U.S. military delegation's visit to Kiev for discussions on military conditions and potential security guarantees. Interesting. Fahid said, Tom Lee, LOL. Fahid, you saying that legit just like gave me Vietnam flashbacks? How is no one calling this man Tommy Lee? And has he been in bed with Pamela Anderson? Whoa. We just uncovered the biggest scandal in crypto. What? All right. Stablecoin mint 10 minutes ago, 100 million USDC issued by Circle on Ethereum. That was 8 hours ago. Very cool. Thank you, Circle. Breaking, President Trump has quietly approved a 28-point peace plan between Russia and Ukraine per NBC. The plan reportedly gives both sides security guarantees to secure a lasting peace. I think the problem, though, is that, what's his freaking name? Putin never wanted security guarantees, you know what I mean? He wants land. He wants, like, a chunk of the Ukraine. So, I don't know. Are they going to, like, securely give him a chunk of the Ukraine? It's just kind of funny to me. Kobe S. Letter posted, "This is unusual." So we're going to try to dissect this a little bit because it is genuinely, not this specifically. I'm talking about the stocks later. But forget about it. We'll talk about this first. This is unusual. Headlines are now emerging that President Trump quietly approved a 28-point peace plan between Russia and Ukraine earlier this week. Today at 4:40 a.m. Eastern Time, oil prices topped out at 60.5 per barrel. At 8:10 a.m., less than 4 hours later, oil prices were down nearly 4% to 58.7. Without any material headlines, did someone know? Of course someone knew. There's people involved. I don't understand. Insider trading is so obvious at this point. Notice Berkshire Hathaway bought a crap ton of Google, and then the next day Google announced their new AI. How is that not insider trading? I'm just saying. Breaking, the White House is urging Congress to oppose a measure that would limit Nvidia's ability to sell AI chips to China. This would also apply to other large chip manufacturers like AMD. The White House's stance is being described as a major victory for Nvidia. The U.S. Labor Department officially publishes the September jobs report 48 days late. The U.S. added 119,000 jobs in September, above expectations of 53,000. The unemployment rate rose to 4.4%, above expectations of 4.3%. Unemployment is at its highest since October 2021. Gourmet Brands Brooklyn said, "But seriously, what triggered the dump today? I couldn't find any major negative news, or is it market uncertainty?" I will get into that, actually. I'm kind of excited to discuss it. Fahid said, "Could be just sell the 4-year cycle news." There's a couple of different things that it could be. I'm going to finish going through this first, though. U.S. Labor Department announces it will release the November employment situation data on December 16th. This also happens to be 6 days after the December Fed meeting. The Fed is effectively another 1-month labor market data blackout. This is one of the fastest moving crypto bear markets ever. On October 6th, crypto hit a record 4.27 trillion in market cap. Today, crypto's total market cap is back below 3 trillion. That's 1.3 trillion in 45 days. That's what I'm saying. We're in fast forward, I'm telling you. S&P 500 has now erased 1.5 trillion in market cap between 10:40 a.m. and 12:40 p.m. That's 15 billion per minute for 100 minute trades. The craziest part, there hasn't been a single material headline yet. We've got why are markets crashing? Our logical explanation: there is quite literally only one headline that can be partially blamed for such a sudden market crash. The U.S. Labor Department said the November and October employment situation will be released on December 16th. By this point, the S&P 500 was already down 70 points from its high seen at 10:30 a.m. However, in the 40 minutes after this announcement, it crashed another 120 points. We now know that, ignore the call. We now know that the Fed is effectively entering another interest rate decision with an economic data blackout. Markets do not like information asymmetry. But is this really enough to erase $2 trillion in market cap in a matter of minutes? In our view, this was just the switch that shifted sentiment. The reality is that investors are on edge in this market. When a sudden decline begins, investors rush to the exit because the bubble is popping. This works in the opposite direction as well. When stocks surge, the rally accelerates quickly as capital rotates back into AI stocks because AI is the next big thing. The reality is that we now live in a market where any headline can drive trillions of dollars of market cap in a matter of minutes for one sole reason: sentiment is more polarized than ever. I actually disagree. The Fear and Greed Index falls to 8, now at its lowest level since the April 2025 bottom. We are back to extreme fear with the S&P 500 just 5% away from record highs. The last time this happened, the S&P 500 rallied 200 points in 48 hours. Hell yeah. All eyes on MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy is now down 40% over the last month and 68% from its record high. They now hold 649,870 Bitcoin at an average price of 74,433. In other words, if Bitcoin falls another 15%, MicroStrategy's position will turn red. Can Saylor keep buying? Probably not. What just happened? The fastest reversal since Liberation Day. The S&P 500 just lost $2 trillion of market cap in 5 hours. Nvidia went from 6% to plus 6% to minus 3% from reporting record revenues of $55 billion without any new headlines. Why did this happen? Let us explain. Is this a thread? Here's what the S&P 500's heat map opened today. Nasdaq 100 was on track for its largest daily gain. Then at 10:30 a.m., everything changed. As shown below, it went down. Nothing happened aside from the 11:20 headline that BLS is releasing November jobs data on November 16th. Prior to that headline, already started to reverse its rally. Between 10:30 and 11:20, S&P gave up 80 points. However, this report came out on the decline only intensified. So what was the trigger? In our view, the headline was at best partially to blame. Rather, we view the decline as a mechanical move and a broader indication of shifting market dynamics. As AI continues to scale, sentiment has become highly polarized. Market sentiment is binary in nature now. I don't think that this makes much sense, if I'm being honest. Last one out. Yeah, people are afraid to be the last one out. Opposite direction as we have seen since the April bottom. Rallies gain momentum quickly. On top of this, there are record levels of leverage, particularly in crypto. For a while, isolated downturn in crypto, but today it was not. Crypto is now running close to $1 billion worth of liquidations per day. This only amplifies the polarity and sentiment. Similar trends can be seen in equity markets. In September 2025, U.S. investors took on another $67 billion in margin debt, bringing the total to a record $1.13 trillion. Meanwhile, 5 times levered ETFs just been proposed to the SEC. Leverage is catalyzing more volatility. 7 as we look ahead. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with any of the things that they outlined in this. I think there's news within Nvidia's market update situation. They said that they can't keep any stock, but they were only referring to one specific chip. So that vague information that came out initially spurred on this huge buying rally, and then everyone actually looked at the filed data, and that filed data shows that they have a very large amount of stock, and they're claiming that that's because they're overcompensating for fears of not having enough stock later on, but it looks like they're not selling as much as they claimed. Tom Salkscode said, fear and greed, sir. Risk It 101 said, looks like SPY divergence is going to play out. Japanese bond all-time high yields. Did you guys look at the Japanese 30 and 40-year yields? Yes, we did, actually. We've been We saw them yesterday and the day before, and they're about to print a big fat stimmy for all their people. So is every other big country economy in the world, and the U.S. is teasing a tariff stimmy, but they're not looking at that until midterms next year. The middle of next year is what was said, but we all know it's because they want to buy your vote for midterms. Okay. U.S. technology stocks posted an average of 2.5 billion in weekly net outflows over the last 4 weeks, the highest since data began in 2008. This is 800 million larger than the previous record seen in 2021. This comes as investors sold 1.6 billion of tech stocks last week, 2.3 billion in the week prior, and 5.1 billion 3 weeks ago. As a percentage of market cap, this 4-week average was the biggest in 7 months. Meanwhile, consumer services stocks saw 2 consecutive weekly sales totaling 1.9 billion. Has the selling spree gone too far? I mean, it looks like it has if we're going off of this information. Nvidia smashed Q3 with 57 billion revenue, plus 62% year over year. 21 Shares has listed 6 new crypto ETPs on Nasdaq Stockholm, adding Aave, ADA, Chainlink, and Polkadot, and 2 basket products as Nordic demand for regulated exposure grows. That one's huge. Let's go take a look at fear and greed. Jay Shear 2.0 said, I sold my bag. Sorry for the dump, boys. Fear and greed somehow magically at 14 still. It's better today than it was yesterday. I'm calling BS. See, it's just dancing. This doesn't make any sense, dude. It's just 14, 15, 14, 15. I don't know. I think that they're full of crap. I don't know if this is actually measuring anything. I really don't. Data sources, volatility, momentum and volume, social media, surveys, which they just stopped, dominance and trends. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's at 14 though. Again, whenever it's this consistently this low, we're usually at a bottom. And we could go lower. We've seen the price go lower while fear and greed takes up, which is interesting. Wall Street Group WSG said Tom Lee, quote, code glitch from October 10th causing crypto drop should reverse soon. I saw that. I want to deep dive into that probably after the stream, but I thought that that was very interesting. And that goes, there's still been like no post-mortem published about that, but I'm pretty sure that that goes into the rumors that these oracles just kind of gave the wrong price. There were people and places that were liquidated that had no business being liquidated because they had the assets to cover margin and all this stuff and to auto deposit and all this, like none of that stuff triggered because the underlying asset, the dollar value of the stablecoin, went down like 50% for no reason. So you have, let's say, like $10,000. Your liquidation is $6,000, and your stablecoin pot is 10K. But the Oracle glitches and it says every USDT is only worth 50 cents. Suddenly, that's only registering as 5K. You know, you're auto liquidated, and there's nothing you can do about it. What are you gonna do about it? That right there, literally, is why Binance was like, oh, something broke. So we're willing to give you guys 10% of what was liquidated. $20 billion was liquidated. We're going to give you 300 million or some stupid like FU amount of like participation trophy prize, which is insane. Blows my mind. It happened back in 87. Interesting. I have to look into that. Tom Sellerscote said, LOL, that was the video I was just watching where he sounds like MJ stablecoin dropped to 65. That's what I'm talking about, dude. It depegged. Only on the oracles, though, which, by the way, is what's supposed to not do that. The whole point of the oracle is for that to not happen. It's supposed to pull from everywhere. It's like, yes, the US dollar is $1 in all of these places. And then one of them fails. The rest of them go, nope, it's still $1. It's not 65 cents like this guy. I don't know if they're just pulling from one place or 2 places, and then it went to 65 cents on both, and they were like, oops. Or maybe it went down to like 20 cents, and they just gave the average or whatever. I have no idea. It's just a complete mess. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said ISO 222 is supposed to go live on the 22nd. Saturday, I'm not expecting much movement at this point. So many people were shilling it. And Wall Street Group WSG said still hope for a pullback yet. I mean, it's going to happen no matter what, man. I think people are just fed up at this point. Everyone's losing their minds. There's so many people lashing out on X, which is crazy to me. You can't even have a conversation with somebody. You're like trying to talk to them, and then they're like, you're poor. You don't make that much money. You probably can't even afford to pay for the premium that you're paying for on Twitter. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What? Like, I'm just trying to have like a nice conversation with somebody, and then they're like, you're a poor simp. Poor simp. And I'm like, whoa. Okay, are you good, bro? It's crazy. People are crazy. All right. Let's continue. Analysts say Bitcoin is nearing its max pain range of 84 to 73K, tied to BlackRock's IBIT and strategy cost basis from framing the slump as a deep discount zone. I like that. I like it a lot. Insight. Bitcoin is struggling below 90K, but positioning shows heavy short liquidity near 98 to 100K, which bulls hope could fear a sharp relief rally if it tapped. I mean, I hope it could fuel a sharp relief rally up to 200K. I think that'd be sick. Could you imagine a dead cat bounce up to 200K? We should do that. When Bitcoin starts to like hit new highs, just keep calling it a dead cat bounce, see how many new people show up and be like, that's not what a dead cat bounce is. Why do you keep saying dead cat bounce? Just gaslight the entire crypto community. That's so mean. After nearly $3 billion in November outflows, U.S. spot Bitcoin ETF saw $75 million in inflows on Wednesday. What? That's crazy. Wow. Wednesday's pretty sick. What a sick day. Update. Tether has invested in Paraffin to expand USDT's role as an institutional settlement rail across Latin America. Very cool. It's pretty sick. Stock Money Lizards posted good sign, but they don't know anything. It's just conviction. I highly doubt they have information on the next press release issued by the Bitcoin CEO himself, right? Satoshi Era Whale just bought 10,114 Bitcoin worth $1 billion again. What a freaking legend. Then we got more Stock Money Lizards. Bitcoin, exact same wedge as Q1 2025. Descending wedge. That is my fractal, by the way. Divergence